Well, welcome to the Missouri Valley Conference Game of the Week preview show presented by Mercy, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider of the Missouri Valley Conference. With head coach Matthew Graves, I'm Harry Schroeder, and Wednesday night, 6 p.m. on your local Gray media station on Matrix Midwest here in St. Louis. The Indiana State Sycamores will be hosting the Racers of Murray State. And Coach Graves, thanks for joining us today. Matthew, you guys have won three in a row, and it's got to feel like you guys have finally kind of found your footing just a little bit. Early on, you were kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, I think we're figuring some things out, but we still have a long ways to go. Unfortunately, we've been bit by the injury bug a little bit and had different guys out at different times. So, and some key guys that we feel like could raise the ceiling of where we can get to as this team, and you get in a little bit of a rhythm, but then an Aaron Gray's out, or Marcus Harding didn't play in our last game against Missouri State. Janai Summers is dealing with a back issue right now. So different guys that have been in our rotation and or we project to be valuable pieces in our rotation just haven't been available to practice. So we're still trying to find that right rhythm, right lineup. But so far we've been able to get a pretty good rotation of guys though, and make it work at this point.
You talked about the game at Missouri State. You win one on the road in the league. Just massive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just a huge,
Yeah.
huge win. No matter which team it is, you win on the road.
Yeah, there's no question. Anytime, and I told our guys this after the game, anytime you win a basketball game, you got to celebrate it. Anytime you win a game on the road, it's even better. And then anytime it's a conference road win, that's the best because they don't come very often. And when you get one, you really need to enjoy it. And it really helped us, missing a couple guys. We were shorthanded, but also we were off for 11 days. So to win a game and not play for 11 days is a good thing. To lose that one and sit there for 11 days without one, that makes it a lot longer. But certainly the guys played well. Right down to the wire. It was a back and forth game, and we were very fortunate to make just enough plays to get the job done.
You guys are playing similar style to what we Missouri Valley fans expected from the Sycamores a year ago, still scoring over 82, nearly 83 points a game, faster pace. Murray plays a little bit of a slower pace. Somebody's got to enforce their will on the other team on Wednesday night.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. To me, the two keys for the game on Wednesday is going to be the pace of play. Certainly it's hard for us the way we're built to be able to speed up Murray per se. They do a good job of taking care of the ball, and they're very patient. And we just don't have the personnel that, it's not like we're out running and trapping and pressing to,
Mm-hmm.
to create tempo. So we've got to create our tempo by being able to get stops and then run that way. And even when Murray State scores, we've got to be able to get the ball out of the net and get the ball down the floor and try to, creep that pace up. I don't think it's going to be an 80 possession game like we want it to be, but we can't have it be 65 possession in a game. And then I think the other thing we've got to be able to do is find ways to get to the 3-point line. Murray State does a tremendous job in their ball screen coverage and in their discipline not to give up 3-point shots. So we've got to be able to find threes in transition. And in the half court, we've got to be able to execute at a high level and still be able to find ways to, shoot the ball from the 3-point line. And, even though we probably won't take as many just because of the way Murray State defends, we've still got to be in attack mode and be looking for that shot.
In the first 10 games, you guys are 6-4. You've won three in a row. Do teams have to learn how to win together? Is that an ingredient of a thing teams
Yes.
go through?
Absolutely. I think, the more shared experiences you can have on the court, you just get comfortable and guys understand, who's hot. It helps us as a coaching staff. You get to late game situations and, maybe we want to foul, with, we're up three and we need to foul. or we're drawing up a set from a side out that we haven't practiced very often, and who can go out and execute that. So, the players are learning, the staff's learning, and that's why, for us, we still have a long ways to go because we've had different guys in and out of the lineup, and different guys available to play. So we're still learning each other. But as you said when we first got on the Zoom here, we are finding a core group of guys that we're starting to get comfortable with, and we're starting to understand their strengths and weaknesses. And most importantly, the players are understanding how to read each other, and where they can be the most successful.
You talked about a core, but one guy has stood out pretty significantly. Samaj Teal is third in the league in scoring, 17th in rebounds, third in assists, fifth in steals.
Yeah.
He's been pretty good, hasn't he?
He's done a lot of good things for us, and really proud of how his game has evolved from, when he got here in the summer, he would go run one practice and he'd shoot all the balls, and it'd be really frustrating. Then the next practice, he wouldn't shoot at all. And him being able just to find that rhythm of when to be a playmaker, when to be a scorer, how to facilitate, who to get the ball to in certain spots, understanding how we want to play. He's made leaps and bounds from the summer of understanding how we want to play, what we want to get accomplished. And, I'm just really proud of how he's been able to execute to this point in the season.
That's got to be satisfying as a coach because you and I talked in the offseason. You said if he can find consistency, he'll be good. Well, obviously, he's found that, and that's part of him maturing and you guys helping him.
Yeah, and again, I think you're exactly right. It's a two-way street, but again, yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Samaj. He's put in more time, in individual workouts. He's put in more time coming by the office to watch film, study, the scout, things like that. And I just think it's different than what he's, done in the past. And again, that's no disrespect to the programs that he was a part of or anything like that. I think it's him maturing, as a senior, and really wanting to showcase his abilities at the Missouri Valley level, which, as we all know, is a great basketball league, and it's going to get harder for him. And that's the one thing we told him: as you move into conference play, more scouting report, more film. So you have to be that much more diligent in your work, in your preparation, in your efforts, and then also we need to have other guys around him, raise the level of their play as well. And some guys are starting to do that, which is really encouraging.
You talked about some of the injuries. Are there players that you think will be down or back for Wednesday night's game?
I think it's to be determined. I think Aaron Gray's going to be a day-to-day thing for Wednesday. Janai Summers in a similar situation. Kind of depends on how practice goes today, really, for both of those guys. Marcus Harding will be back, which is good. He didn't play in our last game against Missouri State. So, really just trying to see where Janai Summers and Aaron Gray are, and we'll know more about that really in the next, after today's practice, to be honest.
Second conference game. Murray's an outstanding team, obviously, but talk about trying to slow down a guy named Jacoby Wood, meaning he's got so much diversity and ability. And how do you guys try to contain him?
Well, I think with us, and again, um, it's not a secret. The analytics are out there. We are a way much better offensive team than we are a defensive team. And, we don't have a guy, last year it was nice. Hey, Julian, Larry, go lock this guy down. And we just don't have that. We have to, defend as a group, and we're going to have to give him multiple looks. We're going to have multiple guys guarding him. And it's got to be a true team effort. And that's the thing that's makes Murray State difficult to prepare for, is they're equally, in my opinion, good, and analytics back that up offensively and defensively. And, that's why they're one of the best teams in the Missouri Valley at this point.
Appreciate your time today. That's Matthew Graves. Our Wednesday night coverage begins at 6 p.m. Central. For information on where you can catch the games, please visit mvc-sports.com. For the Missouri Valley Conference, I'm Harry Schroeder.